Today's the 29th of July. It's, oh gosh, about 4 o'clock. We're down here at the sort of one of the midpoints. Well, it's actually probably the 7th, 8th point going south for the so-called Bike Blvd. One of the Bike Blvds. There's another one a few blocks away on Bryant Street that runs from almost East Charleston all the way up to downtown, actually. As you can see, cars cannot get straight through here because they put little islands and a pipe to keep traffic from coming straight through. People who live here, of course, can use the street with their cars, but they have to take the roundabout way of taking some right turns and some left turns to actually get onto the street. Farther up the street, we'll see there is another set of little islands and pipes that restrict traffic from the other end. I have no idea how many bicycles actually use this street every year. Excuse me, every day, and hence every year. It is from, if you live in these neighborhoods, Park Blvd is the easiest and quickest way to get down to the California business district. Depending on how assertively you ride, it's a 5, 7, 9, or 10-minute ride from here. Here's another of the constriction points. It's about 2/3 of the way up. As you can see, cars can only go right here, either coming from El Camino or going to El Camino. Here's the third choke point, right almost at the beginning of the business district. At this point, we're, I don't know, 300 feet from where Fry's is. As you can see, you can get out from here, which is kind of convenient, because otherwise getting from here to wherever you want to go requires going up and potentially making a nasty left turn on El Camino. We're a block or so down from the business district now, and this is one of the dicier blocks of the whole Park Blvd, Bike Blvd. The lane that you see the cyclists in is maybe 4 feet wide, and it's on the outside of a right turn lane that's quite heavily used. And so you've got cars to the left of you, cars to the right of you, and you're never quite sure whether or not the guys who are on the right or left of you really know what they're doing, because if they've never been here before, and as you can see, for instance, this bike lane has got white paint spattered all over it, or something, whether it's concrete or whatever. The bike lane is barely readable. These left-right turn signs have been worn almost completely off. Not sure what this is supposed to say over here, but it's been striped, or asphalt's been laid over some of the words. And so the city, which pays its employees some of the highest amounts of money around, does so often by skimping on doing things that it should do. It should do, such as actually keep these streets well paved and well painted so that people can read them. Now, if you come down here every day, you kind of get used to it. But if it's your first time around, it's very confusing, to say the least. I don't know how many traffic accidents occur on this Bike Blvd from here up to the end of where Fry's starts. Cyclists zoop through here pretty quickly, most of them anyway. But I don't really remember reading much about accidents involving bicyclists on this roadway. Given this little dicey section of road, I'm surprised there aren't more. We're here at the corner of Park and Sheridan, and I noticed that many of the vehicles actually come up to this limit line and then exceed it. And got to looking, and here's another stand of trees that obscure the field of view for quite a ways down the road. These are fairly small trees, and so there's some gaps in there for the drivers. But this is another example how one hand is claiming they want to build safe streets, and the other hand, the Parks and Recreation, the Public Works, or some godforsaken nonprofit running around planting trees is obscuring it so the drivers make it hard to drive here and increase the risk of accidents. Now here's a car that just sort of went, didn't actually quite stop for the stop sign until it became clear the car's coming. Person talking on a phone, illegal.